Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Picks and Bans, the final game of this third place match. Western Wolves versus mouz Sports. 1-1 so far. Melissen's about to rejoin me after a quick break. And what's turning into be a very, very long day of casting has also been very, very exciting indeed. I mean, yesterday we started at 12, I believe it was, and took that through till 12 again. 12 straight hours of League of Legends. And today, starting at about 2 o'clock, approaching midnight again, we've still got best of 3 final yet to come. So much more League ready for you to watch. But, back on the game at hand, mouz, Western Wolves, 2 very strong games out of both teams up until this point. Fizz, Udi and Lee Sin. Ban's changing up ever so slightly in these games, but Fizz has been gone every time, Morgana's been gone every time, Shen as well. Udi was out in the first game. I believe they let him back in for the second one and immediately regretted it.
Oh, Jana.
Yeah, they finally given Jana pick to mouz Sports, so we will fail get to play that one. We have to see what Western Wolves think they can do against it in the bottom lane.
And there we see Ken again. I think, wow, Ken has been picked so often in this tournament. I mean, you can basically play in every mid, top, or even bottom.
Getting messages from AL players. I will read them as we hit the delay. Again, Yamato Cannon sitting on that Yorick. He's obviously likes the champion. I mean, he played with the idea of it in the last game, but I know a lot of people are not a big fan of him. I mean, personally, I don't like him at all. He's got basically no damage. He's very strong in the lane. He can zone people, but he doesn't really do much with the farm he then gets. And his strength comes from cloning champions. I mean, Vayne and Corki, that true damage, you can get double that out on the field. It will be very, very strong indeed, but so far Western Wolves haven't got anyone they can make the most of it with, so we'll have to see how the rest of this team comp shapes up around that pick. And of course then, what are mouz going to do to lane against it? Is there anyone that springs to mind that you think of is really good against Yorick?
I think Ash, because, well, Yorick is not too fast of a champion, and, well, Ash perfectly synergizes with Jana. I mean, Ash Jana, you can play it against almost every lane.
If you play it well enough, you just do good. And yeah, Ash just in general good to kite it. But we will see at Graves.
Okay, who's you having some fun with that one. We will fail at picking up that Shyvana as well. So interesting that the Yamato Cannon currently sitting on Surge, which part of me wants to say maybe he's trying it. I mean, we haven't seen anyone else play Yorick for a while, but there's no chance in hell, especially now we switched to revive teleport, so definitely trolling us with those as we stand. Tabs on Cassiopeia. I haven't seen him play that so far this tournament. She's very, very strong. Let's see what he can do with it. Lordnan, what are you going to take as your support champion? Once again, Tarek. So, Tarek very, very strong, showing his face a lot this weekend. Creeper, of course, playing that over and over again. Are we going to see a jungle? No. Jungle Cho'Gath was a thought, but Tab switching back.
Could still be a jungle there. No, not a jungle, Alistair.
No. But yeah, so Alistair switched out instead of Tarek. So
well, it's most likely going to be a AD cannon. Unless they run something really weird. Because they now will pick, well, a support or a jungler, depending on where they place Alistair.
very interesting indeed. So still very versatile, and mouz got to be careful what they pick into this. Toying with Riven, Slayer. Let's see what he's going to go with here. Rise again, so strong in that mid lane, and of course the great scaling through the game.
Well, I suspect they will pick up another jungler now. Or, okay, Alistair jungle maybe. It seems like it's gonna be Alistair jungle. Interesting.
Definitely is. So, very interesting lineup there from Western Wolves. Let's have a quick look. What did Aeon want to say?
Oh, you figured out the German keyboard.
Did, just about. It only took me the entire weekend. That has been fixed now. Well, thank you there. So, full lineups, mouz again. I'm going to have to give this, I mean, personally, you're going to probably correct me in a minute, but the late game is definitely mouz favoured again. Janna scaled very well all the way through. Rise gets nothing but stronger, and Yamato Cannon, as we said, Yorick, once it hits late game, kind of becomes useless.
Well, it depends. Really, I think it comes down to what the cannon can get item-wise, because Ken, well, he's kind of strong early, but I think it won't do too much on the lane, because, well, Crave's just so amazingly tanky. But if he actually managed to pick up a lot of kills and bypass that kind of weak mid game, I mean, he scales really well with attack speed on level, but he kind of lacks, I don't know, he doesn't really scale that well with AD. But if he gets the right items like Infinity Edge and a Phantom Lantern, he will do damage, of course. And, well, that also directly reflects on how effective Yamato Cannon will be with his ultimate.
Fair enough, so we'll exactly have to see how Metalex runs that bot on lane. How well he and Lorden can handle, we will fail it on his favoured Janna, who, interesting enough, is taking Ignite and Exhaust, so very, very aggressive pairing there. We'll see what he and Puza can do with that. But 2 minutes left on this delay. Remember, guys, you can still vote for your MVP over on the Facebook page. Win yourself a set of these Sennheiser headphones. Looks like Moma is still in the lead at the moment. We are up to 971.
Not bad.
Again, that target of 1,000 looking very, very possible. And if we can get any higher than that, it will be amazing. And on top of it, it makes Paul's job even harder trying to count up all the votes. So the more votes, the better. Keep them coming. We will be back very, very shortly with the last game in this Western mouz versus mouz third place. Winner takes €500, all to play for. Do stick around, guys. We'll see you again soon. A short break. We are in the load screen. Yamato Cannon warningly hasn't quite connected yet, but that should sort itself out. But, as we said before, in for a very, very exciting third place finale. We went through lineups a little bit earlier on. Seeing from the way these guys are playing, it is getting very late. They're getting very tired. Have you ever actually started a tournament game at this time of night yourself?
I think there was something for sure. Like, I don't know, to go for lols. If you actually manage to get really far into the rounds, they just drag on from somewhere, I think, 2 in the afternoon to midnight, and that's, wow, pretty exhausting.
Yeah, I mean, Against All Authority and AL are still waiting to start. I know a lot of them are watching the games. Moma next door laughing and joking with Snoopy. We can hear that every time and again, but what do you think they're doing to prepare themselves? Now, obviously, the longer this game goes on, the more tired they're going to be. They're playing for, even more money than these guys are. Would you think about possibly going for a quick nap and getting something to wake you up when this game starts, or do you think these guys can handle staying awake?
I think they'll be fine.
Fair enough. So we'll wait and see quite how they perform. Zinnek says people are tired and he expects a few screw-ups in their game. But we'll wait and see whether AL do the same thing. Oh, sorry, Against All Authority do the same thing.
But I think, well, AL, I think they're a bit on another time zone.
I think
so it's even later for them.
Yeah. But either way, back onto this game, mouz versus Western mouz. These guys have already played 2. So much going through their minds right now. And it looks like Western mouz are setting themselves up for yet another invade.
Well, they have to with Tarek and Alistair. If they catch someone, it's a dead person. That's for sure. Just, yeah.
Yeah, mouz, however, playing it quite safe, going completely to the other end of the jungle on their own invade mission. That's the same thing we've seen.
It's not
3
too
games
safe,
over.
but, well, they know again, if they stay and defend, they are gonna get caught or something, because, well, Western Wolves got the stronger level 1 setup in direct fight, so they might as well go into the enemy jungle, a route where they're not gonna be, and try to pick up something. Would be pretty interesting next we meet now.
I think Western Wolves have known this. Yeah, they just pinged the top of this ramp, so they are expecting them to be around here. They are going to poke up and have a look. Pings straight on top of this Western Wolves team from
mouz. Scarlomania is going straight in first, gets the pulverize off, but he will still fall down. We will fail actually getting that gold. Yamato Cannon is exhausted, forced to flash away very, very low. Lots of poke coming out from tabs on the remaining members of mouz. They're trying to get their recalls off, but that poison's still ticking. And while a kill is nice and a kill is handy, going to We Will Failure, not the best target, but 400 gold is still 400 gold.
Well, it might come quite in handy because he will need, well, the extra gold comes in handy in terms of he has no escapes, so he might as well get boots. That's what he is doing right now. Because if they actually manage to get a stun off in a gank, Tarek is done, Alistair knocked to the wall or something, he's a dead person. But with the boots he might be a bit safer, and extra wards to keep them safe from the ganks.
Indeed, so not completely useless indeed.
And of course they picked up 4 assists.
4 assists as well, sharing that wealth around. So up to more like 600 gold advantage as opposed to just the 400 from a sheer first blood. Metalex missing his Q on a Puzo who was standing solidly still. So
that's not what you expect.
No, definitely some kind of nerves or tiredness playing a part here. Puzo now getting stunned. Lorden actually going down pretty low now that We Will Failure has arrived, and they're getting very aggressive. Of course, they've still got Exhaust and Ignite. Lorden forced to pop Summoner Heal, which at this level doesn't heal much at all. So he's going to be chugging health potions for quite some time now. As someone going very, very low again. Don't know who or where, and it was a minion. Wow.
At the bottom golems.
Yeah.
Schleier somehow managed to die against the minions.
That's why I couldn't find who it was. So Alistair gank is more than what I was expecting. There's the Ignite going out. Tab's doing what he can. Scarlomania forced to back away, however, taking one too many tower hits. Flashy has got a few health potions still to go. So very, very nice stuff for him. Now down, oh, very, very nice stuff for Tab, sorry. No Flash or Ignite on Flashy. Ignite was used up in that invade. Tab's going to force him to lose a lot of this CS down to the tower. And again, Blorn doing very, very well against Yamato Cannon. So yet to see something truly amazing from this Yorick. Can't even get the damage out to finish that minion off. We Will Failure coming up to roam. Level 2 looking to try and gank Tabs, who is very, very low. Schleier is here, Flashy is here. He knows something's going on. Flashy getting very, very aggressive. And
yeah, it doesn't really seem too natural to go aggressive with, well, Rise 200 or 300 health or something. And not too much mana, there must be something wrong. And well, it's the Janna with Exhaust Ignite waiting the brush, making a move.
Exactly, it is. And she's coming out now. There's the knock-up. Tabs is cool. He's forced to flash back, but now Flashy is very much overextended. Scarlomania is here. Knock-up goes out. Scarlomania very, very low. The Ignite comes out from We Will Failure. They're going to chase down onto this. Flashy not got much mana himself. He's going to get it with the last auto attack. We Will Failure picking that up again. And Flashy walking out of there on a tiny, tiny sliver of health. Very well played, mouz. 2 kills, 2 for Janna.
Well, the kill would have been way better on the Rise at that point. Because, well, he had a blue buff. That's exactly what Rise needs. Because I think he's gonna... Okay, he might not have quite enough money to pick up a Tear of the Goddess, and, well, he doesn't, because he doesn't have the money. But, well, that's gonna be one fat Janna, I'd say.
So it's gonna be one fat Janna, as we say, Janna very versatile all game long, so not too bad at getting the gold.
Well, and I think it was more of a matter of getting the kill anyways.
Yeah, it was...
it's like, yeah, they didn't have really the choice on who should get it.
Scarlomania wants payback. Poking his way towards mid. Flashy playing a little bit too safe though, he's just that pushed up. Tab's going to be looking for his blue buff somewhere in the next 2 minutes. As that Failure returns to bottom lane. Still only level 3 as opposed to the 4 of Tarek, of course, because of this roaming. But picking up those extra kills, helping his team a lot. Again, roam gank. Tab getting the pings. He is warding down into the bush. don't think that would actually spotted these two. I
I
think they
also
were
don't
far
think
enough
so.
around the corner.
But well, then
Now it will.
But I'm also not really sure what they would want to do. I mean, sure, he got a slow and Tabs doesn't have flash, but I'm not sure. He's still too close to the tower, I think, for Shyvana and Jenna to pull.
So now let's see. Yamato Cannon versus Blawn. Blawn up on 40 CS, Yamato Cannon 39. They've obviously both been back. Vampiric Scepter, 3 health potions, cloth armor on Blawn. Yamato Cannon has only picked up a orange blade and his cloth armor. Very, very even farm fest up there as it stands. But there you can see the power of Yorik's skills. That's why his strength comes out in lane. Push people away just like that. But that's not quite the same when it comes to a team fight. And he's not exactly tanky either. So, we'll wait and see.
Yeah, it seems like I want to go for the gank.
Yeah, Slayer coming up with red buff. Blawn going into initiate. There's a nice stun. Very nice through the wall. The red buff is ticking. Yamato Cannon forced to flash away. And Tabs was picking his blue buff up with the help of Laudanum all that time. Something a lot more teams need to start doing, of course, is your jungler's ganking top. Although, sorry, Western Wolves' jungler's back. But the point still stands, if your jungler's ganking top when you're on the purple side, there are a couple of teams and a couple of junglers saying, okay, their junglers are there, fine, we'll go and invade their blue buff, we'll steal it. Why not let the support go and help him out and pick that up?
Of course. And, well, they have a carry, he can let alone for a moment, so that works.
Exactly.
But then again, well, people also need to start watching out for their own buffs, especially if you have a mid that needs it, like Cassiopeia.
So, something to think about. Tabs is now going back even after just picking that up. Flashy's got this blue buff, I believe that's his own one since the respawn is up, and Slayer came straight down from top and helped him with that one. Also CS lane. Flashy 46, Tabs on 60. So Tabs having all kinds of fun, I bet. We have just hit 1,000 votes for MVP, so thank you everyone that's gone to there. And good luck everyone that's gone to there with winning your Sennheiser PC 360 headset. I can't speak properly at this time of night. But I'll find another Red Bull somewhere. Flashy coming in top, nice snare and a Q coming out onto Yamato Cannon, very, very quick pickup. Nice burst damage can out, of course, from Blawn's ultimate and Flashy. Yamato Cannon getting what CS he can while that ultimate still ticks. And there's the fullback ping. Tags has shown himself by standing on a ward. Not going to miss out too much in the CS, while Slayer pushing mid. But Alex is going to come and do that. Metallic's getting very, very low down bottom. Summoner, he'll force to be popped. Metallic does go through the bush. We will fail. It needs to. There we go. Make sure he does not auto attack, otherwise he's going to steal yet another kill. Laudanum forced to flash away. Very nice knock up from Failer. Are they going to dive this? They're going to try it. We will fail. It is tanking the tower. Laudanum going very, very low. Puzo needs one more auto attack. Failer gets out on just enough health, and Puzo will survive it as well.
That's the magic of Craves.
Very,
so much
very
armor.
nice. And borderline health for both players.
That's going to be, well, quite troubling for Western Wolves, because mouz, I think they have the stronger setup for late game, because Western Wolves, they rely on this massive amount of CC they have with Alistair, Tarek, AD Cannon, and, well, if they're losing the early, it brings them one step later to late game already.
Yep, Slayer does come in, not quite in time to save Flashy's life. We'll have to ult away as Yamato Cannon actually comes to join that mid lane. So even though the ultimate from Tabs landed on the back of Rise, the slow and damage that came from it was enough to pick that kill up. Now they're going to go for a very early dragon. Tabs can do this, of course, with Cassiopeia. She works very much like Karth, doesn't it? The way you can spam that Q. There's a lot of damage early on. But it's still 11 minutes. It's not actually that early. Levels 8s and 9s coming out here. He did get a good smite. Scullymania actually forced to pop his ultimate, otherwise the damage would have been too much. Dragon would have executed him. But it's not often you see someone die in the jungle. It's even less often when you see two people die to jungle creeps. One being Dragon and Slayer, of course, dying to those golems.
But, well, that's what happens if you have a kind of support jungle, you have troubles picking up the Drakes with like little people. And
Try
then
telling that to
Alistair as well, the best example for one of those support junglers.
Ping's going out onto red buff from both teams. Blawn is coming in from top, Schleyer is coming in from bottom. Junglers are Alistair is nowhere near trying to save it. It will be a very, very quick pickup, easily enough done for Blawn. No one on Western Wolves even close to stopping it. They have finally picked themselves up a first kill. They're only about 1,000 gold behind, to be honest, thanks to that dragon pickup, closing the gap a little bit, but it is 4 kills different right now.
But well, it's not too big of a gap because, well, 2 kills on Janna, I mean, that's good and nice, but it's not gonna give you too much in the team fights.
Puzu completely whiffing that ultimate on the minions. All he wanted to do was farm before he goes home, and he put it right over the top. See then, Blawn standing in these bushes waiting for Yamato cannon. He has finished his wriggles, going to come out and do what damage he can. Nice stun, true damage of course. There, Yamato taking a lot of damage, down to half health. His flash is back up. We'll see whether Schleyer comes for a gank soon enough. And there's another very early oracles on Lordnan. Roaming Taric makes that very, very easy to do.
Pretty interesting again, because they only finished 1 gold item, but well, they really need an early oracle if they want to get those ganks with the Alistair, and they really need to get those ganks if they want to stay in the game.
Yep. Tab's picking up his blue in response to that first tower. Blawn taking down top. Schleyer has an oracles of his own. They're going to start picking off these ones. So this is what we're seeing more often. So we're seeing early oracles coming out of normally junglers, but Lordnan because he's roaming as well. The first few games we saw today and during the group stages, people left it very, very late and went back to more of the old days, if you like, when supports would be the only ones picking them up. But different playstyles, different champions, and of course that will change everything. But let's see, Graves then picking up the red buff. What are mouz looking to do? They know they're in the lead at the moment. It is back up to about 2,000 gold, so Dragon respawning somewhere in the next 3 or 4 minutes, so they're not really looking for that just yet.
Pretty interesting how was the oracle on both sides now. So they're just eliminating each other's ward control basically.
Yeah,
or reducing it to a minimum.
Yeah, there's a couple of bits here and there, but as soon as the jungler / this Taric arrives...
Oh, Riven approaching a bottom. Might see some action.
Cheers, and we do see some action. Puzo getting very, very low for that. Summon Hill comes out. Metalax will be the target. He does get exhausted. The Graves ult not actually doing too much damage that time. He gets stuck on minions and will fall down to Graves. Nice pick up there from Blawn, Puzo and Fela. Tab's taking down mid turret as a result with the help of Yamato Cannon and Skull Lamania. mouz then grabbing their bot tower. So 2 for 1 still, 6 kills to 1. Not really changing the gold count too much one way or the other. And now we should be looking for people to start setting up for that dragon. Anywhere in the next minute that will respawn. Flashy pushing that lane out. Going to recall, spend this 1,300 gold he's carrying.
I'm probably going to get a catalyst, I guess.
It would make sense. He only needs about 7 more for that, which by the time he stands on base, there it is. Let's see this here. So Tab's 132, only 100 on the Rise. So a little bit different there. Riven 116, Yamato Cannon 96, so that's going a bit more in favour of Western Wolves. Graves 122, Cannon 125, so very, very even down there. And here we see mouz setting up wards and clearing wards, of course, with that Oracle around the Dragon Pen. Pings out onto Skullomania. They know he's there. They're going to go in and kill that ward straight away, I suspect. Oh no, of course they can't see that corner, so they don't want to check it if they think he may be in there. They're chasing in. Tab's going to get caught out of position. Very nice stun onto Shyla, but Puzo's here as well, so a lot of damage. The Ignite is out on Tabs. He is slow thanks to Graves. He's going to keep tanking the tower, and as you say earlier, that the passive, giving him so much free tank under that tower. Blorn is getting very, very dangerously deep into enemy territory. Slayer.
Yeah. Almost all the kills they picked up are going for the bottom lane. And I think we will see an Affinity Edge on a Grace pretty soon.
Yeah, we should do.
And that's really gonna hurt if you compare it with the Cannon, who has only picked up a couple of Dorans and a Wriggle. That's not too much.
Yep, 0-2 Cannon is not going to be able to match up to a 4-0 Graves, despite the CSs being so even. Dragon has respawned now. mouz have got enough people left here to be annoying about it. And Western Wolves not quite ready to pick it up. Metallic's going to start and pull it out. Slayer has returned with that Shyvan in hand. Flashy and Fela are here, however, the Dragon will fall down very, very quickly. So, nice pick up there from Western Wolves. Good timing on that front. 25,000 gold to 22,000, only a 3,000 difference. But mouz playing very, very strong right now. Plant towards right under Alistair's feet. Lordna just turns around with his oracles and they take it straight out again. This what do you get for Alistair Tarek roaming around together? So much CC on there. Of course, you get caught by that pairing, you are never going to have a nice day.
But well, they're playing it pretty safe. I mean, only one kill so far from Western Wolves. But even though they managed to pick up both dragons, they still kinda lack a bit.
Yeah, Tab's picking up that blue. Graves, as you say, has just finished his Infinity Edge. If we look at the gold count, Graves up to 6,500, Cannon 5,400. Well, he's carrying a fair bit at the moment. Should see him go back and pick up a BF sword as soon as he can afford it.
Oh, or we might even see a Zeal. I mean, it's not too uncommon to go for a Wriggle Phantom Dancer build on Cannon.
Genja, of course, doing a little bit of the old theory crafting on that one. So, let's see, 19 minutes. We have seen games which are more or less over by this stage. We've seen games over before this. But, this, of course, playing for €500. Third place in the first Sennheiser HearToWin tournament here at Take TV.
And I also think they're all kind of tired, so they will just, like, yeah, play safe. Considering what's at stake.
Indeed, Blorn standing on top of a ward. London knows he's here. They now know that the rest of mouz have joined him, and mouz realise this because they find the ward with that oracle. So, Alistair going to push down this top tower as best he can on his own. He's not exactly a tower killer, but he's got a big wave of minions with him. So they're going to do a fair bit to it. But then Flashy's going to show up with that Rise ultimate, clear them all out again, and turn it around. Although Tabs is here, they found this blue buff up. Flashy waiting for the rest of his team.
And they're closing in on them on top. Everyone's kind of moving. Jenna's there to catch them from behind, cutting up the escape route.
Flashing over the wall, getting a nice snare onto Tabs. The tower will fall. Flashy gets ulted by Tabs. He's going very, very low. The Ignite is out, but that won't quite have enough damage. Puzo has arrived at that Infinity Edge, chunking down Alistair. Nice double kill for mouz, and it looks like they want a Baron off the back of this. They're heading straight across to there. Despite the ward being placed down from Lordnan, they're going to take that out as soon as Slayer arrives. Flashy has to be careful as Lordnan can get that stun off. Yamato Cannon can do enough damage to burst him down, but Metallic's still right down the bottom of the map with Kennen. Going to do nothing to help this at all. Yamato Cannon cloning himself. Nice ult from Fela, keeping everyone back. That will be the Baron pickup then for mouz.
I think they will be able to draw a huge advantage out of that. I expect at least 2 towers. I mean, they were already in the lead, item-wise and gold-wise. And now, well, the Baron buff really is what they need, basically. And if they get some towers now, they can get even more control.
Yeah, Metalax looking to take down 2 towers himself. He did pick a Zeal up, like you said, so Wriggle's Phantom Dancer build is what he's going for. But Puzu and Phaler show up wearing those big purple spiky buffs to scare him off that next tower. So that's the second time Tabs has been caught out by Flashy coming over the wall, snaring and nuking him down. So even though it looks like Tabs has got quite a bit of health there from that Crystal Scepter, still very, very squishy indeed. And mouz are now grouped up in mid. They do want to take down this first tower. Graves with that Infinity Edge is going to be able to do a lot of damage to it very, very quickly. And Western Wolves know it. They're backing straight out. Metalex still not here. mouz pinging all over the enemy jungle. Not entirely sure why. Knockup's coming through the bushes, a few shurikens and things going too. They will find their wood.
Well, it seems like they also maybe want to push a bit top. I think they got enough energy to make a split push.
I think they do. And
or just, you know, make them run around in the jungle and maybe catch one off.
If Western Wolves aren't careful, they might get caught on the crossover, but they're playing very careful in the looks of it. And mouz will be now under this next turret. Big wave of minions here as well. Tabs is here, however, he's going to clear this very, very quickly indeed. We'll have to see who decides to initiate. Blorn wants to go in right in the middle of everyone. Nice knock up from Alistair. Blorn still not able to do much to it. Janarok puts everyone right up back against the wall. There's Kennen ulting in the back with his stun. We will fail going very, very low. Slayer forced to back out. A first kill drops down. Yamato Cannon is the victim. Cassiopeia will fall. Riven is the first pick up for Western Wolves. Lorden going down very low. 2-4-3 at the moment. Flashy doing what he can. Skullomania very, very low indeed, but Metalax is still up, doing so much damage. Slayer and Phaler left running away. Shields going out. Metalax got so much health right now. He didn't seem to take any damage at all during that whole fight. And Shirley is forced to be popped to get away from him here. They do seem to be safe now, unless that lightning rush comes off cooldown anytime soon.
There it goes.
Ooh, missing that Q. And another nice knock up from Phaler. That will mean they're safe, but Dragon has respawned. So nice fight for Western Wolves, managing to come out on top.
I was pretty surprised that mouz actually went into dive time, because Alistair, Tarek, Cannon is usually not the combo you want to initiate against.
Especially with the way they did it. I mean, Blorn walked in there and was half health before he even actually managed to get any of his abilities off. So it was a really, really bad initiate from his part. Maybe if you wanted to do it, Slayer could have Shyvana ulted, because he'd have gone right in the middle of everyone a whole lot quicker. Blorn just couldn't walk in there the way he wanted to. As you say, not the comp you want to initiate under a tower against anyway.
And well, they got punished for that.
And let's see, mouz still, of course, holding this lead at the moment. They're still wearing a Baron buff. That just wore out. So we're looking at around 27 minutes 46 seconds for a Baron respawn. They are still 3,000 gold up. But hopefully they won't make any kind of tower diving mistakes again to end this game. Now, gang coming into mid. Skullomania is the target. Pops his ultimate. Gets snared in by Rise, taking a lot of damage from this three-man gang. We will fade it with Rise, turning it to 4. He's forced to flash over the wall, being chased, however, by a Flashy. And they will back out. The main thing, remember, Slayer surviving that fight under the tower means he's still got his oracles up, and Western Wolves actually lost theirs when Lorden died.
But he picked up another one. But, well, it prevents him from making any progress with items, after all. And we will Phaler. I mean, he has 3 kills, of course, that gives him a lot of gold advantage, but he's already on half the way on picking up a Zekka's Herald for some extra lifesteal.
Yeah, and that's going to make Graves even more scary.
Yeah, Graves, and also for Shyvana and Riven, of course. Attack speed, lifesteal, it's always nice for anything being physical damage. And of course he already has the Shurellas.
That it does. So Western Wolves now pushing on mid. Flashy did just rotate top, so that mouz are a little bit out of position. If they're not careful, this tower will fall down. They have to wave clear this as quick as they possibly can. Shyvana still a little bit out of position. They are looping around. Western Wolves on the aggressive, of course. With that Cassiopeia, they can push these lanes very, very quickly. Slayer actually recalling. Western Wolves don't know this yet, but they are going to get this tower for free. mouz do not really want to try and contest it 4v5, especially against, as you say, Alistair and Ken, and such a good, strong AoE team comp. Diving towers very, very strong with them, one way or the other. Western Wolves going to back out, looking like they want to steal a blue buff. Skullomania waiting in wait, hiding in wait, sorry, around the corner. Puzo diving in very, very deep, forced to flash back out again. Kenanok goes off. He's not actually landed a stun on anyone yet. Nice ult from Jana, keeping him back. But this fight very, very messy. Weedle Failure going very low. He will be the first to fall. Laudanum goes down again. He had popped that Oracle, so that's lost straight away. Schleyer right in the back fighting Metalex with a bit of help from Blaun. But they won't pick their kill up. Tab's getting a double kill on Graves and onto Rise. Sorry. Schleyer and Blaun still the last two members left up for mouz, chasing onto Skullomania, trying to do all they can. Very nice knock up from him. Schleyer will fall down with it anymore. Metalax doing so much damage this whole time. He kited him for the start of it and will finish the kill off, finally losing that Oracle for Schleyer. And that's going to be Baron for Western Wolves, or at least an attempt. We'll see how Yamato Cannon can tank it.
I think they can manage to pull it off. I was pretty surprised because, like, I thought, well, mouz, they had already gold advantage and they looked pretty good in the previous fights. I was surprised them going down so quick. But, well, Western Wolves have a ton of CC, and if they manage to put it all out, I think the Alistair hit about 3 people with the initial knock-up. They just have massive damage. And of course the shutdown they need.
Yeah, they do. Now, Western Wolves taken the gold advantage for the first time. They are getting stronger and stronger as this game goes on. Tabs got finished his Will of the Ancients, getting a little bit more ability power on top of that Crystal Scepter. He got ulted as well by Yamato Cannon through that. So, okay, if he was to fall down, it means he can come out the other side and still do a lot of damage. But the Ghost itself, not the best target, perhaps.
Not really.
And there's auto attacks not really doing much. But so far, Graves is not being useless. He's doing something in this fight, being very annoying, that's for sure.
Yeah, but still, they have to focus them. If they don't focus them, they got a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
that's for sure.
He came out of that last fight alive after they got aced. So he was alive and very much alive as well, full health. So very, very safe indeed. Laudanum picking up a third Oracles and actually missing that water blue buff. Western Wolves on the aggressive then. Obviously this Alistair Taric combo very, very good for catching people out of position. And they are going to push down this top lane, expose this next inhibitor turret. So fast now, the damage coming out of Metalex.
Actually, mouz being pushed back into the base now. Well, that's of course because of the Baron buff. They might consider pushing down the last bottom tower.
They are chasing onto Tabs. He's forced to play his ultimate. Wheelfeller going very, very low. Slayer jumping in. Laudanum is going to be in the middle of everything. Riven falls down. Jana falls down. Laudanum loses another Oracles. In amongst all that, Graves will fall. Slayer will fall. That may be GG. One member of mouz left up. Flashy is it. We'll have to see what he can do against the chasing members of Western Wolves.
That's going to be an inhibitor for sure.
Definitely an inhibitor. Still 30 seconds up on these two. They want this ace. They need to pick the flashy kill up, and he will get taken down just under or on the edge of that fountain. This inhib is definitely down. 8 seconds on, we will fail up.
Well, then again, Alistair hit a really, really awesome Q. I think he knocked up 3 or 4 people. That's exactly what they need, and then they could focus out the Graves pretty quick. But because if you look actually score, well, like half the team kills are gathered up on Graves after all. Shyvana only 1 kill, Riven only 1 kill. They're both not the big threats. And Ryze, he has a lot of damage, but it comes with the duration of the team fight. He doesn't have the big burst to take the targets down they need to take down. And Western Wolves have a pretty tanky setup after all.
Indeed. Let's see then. So, as I said, Lordanon lost another Oracles in that fight. He's finally given up and not buying another one. We'll wait and see actually. What's he sitting on? 1500 gold. He may just afford it here. He's only got surely as an heart
so much money in it.
Yeah.
But they might consider getting one on Alistair instead.
Certainly possible. He's staying alive a lot longer. He's got big items already. But no, Tariq picks another one up. So 4 Oracles all on Lordanon.
But well, he also picked up a lot of money in the team fight, and well, he gets more tanky.
And the Barons and most Dragons as well have gone to Western Wolves here. So, if he's benefiting from it, while it's annoying, the team certainly seem to be doing alright without picking up those other support items.
And they're also picking up their 4th Dragon.
So, Western Wolves are again looking for blood. Barons, of course, will run out, so that's in about 35-minute mark, somewhere around there. Tariq, movement speed 5 boots means he's getting all over this map very, very nicely. Graves is actually very much out of position and needs to be careful he doesn't get spotted by Western Wolves. He does go for Shrelius, goes out. Very early ultimate from Metalex. He doesn't actually manage to flash in range for that. And the rest of mouz have pushed up to take down a tier 2 turret. Western Wolves are coming around behind him. They are trying to recall in this bush. Skullomania needs to get in there. He does drop a ward down. Headbutt Pulverize gets cancelled thanks to a very nice knockup from We Will Failure. Double Shurelia's pop. They want to chase this down. It is 4v5. Puzu has joined, making it 5v5. But this top lane is getting pushed down by super creeps, and Western Wolves are just going to go up mid. They know that mouz need to get back, and if they can get back in time to take down this turret before mouz have any kind of response, then 2 dead next inhibitors makes for a very, very easy Baron in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, they're gonna get that tower. And I can't really give that inhibitor to Western Wolves now, because then they really got a problem. Because 2 inhibitors down means almost a safe Baron. But it's going down. Meanwhile, also bottom 2nd tower dropping. That's gonna be a hard one coming back from this.
Yeah, they are 8,000 gold down. 1 tower, 1 inhibitor left up in their base, bar the Nexus ones. And Western Wolves in a very, very strong position to dive. We've already been through how strong their champions are, Kennen and Alistair. And then a very well placed ultimate from Tabs change it all. They can siege all day long with such great poke and lane clear from Cassiopeia. Baron up within the next minute. See who's carrying a lot of gold. Most gold is on this Western Wolves team. So there's the initiate coming in. Alistair flash pulverizing. They're going straight onto Blawn, who is very, very squishy. They know it. He will go down very fast. Slayer getting very nice ult from Tabs. 4-man stun. Tabs on a rampage. Graves falls down. Blawn falls down. Tariq again dies with an Oracles. And Flashy forced to get out through the wall into a very dangerous position. Actually, he's got to come back through this whole Western Wolves team. And he will fall down, taking Metalix on 1v1. We Will Failure and Slayer, last one's left up for mouz, doing all they can to defend this final inhib. And to be honest, all they can do is not enough. There's 2 Oracles up, those 2 are the only ones wearing them. That's why they are alive. So double super creeps in every lane. And to be honest, Western Wolves are just going to take down this Nexus, ignoring these 2 champions that are still here. Slayer not quite falling down. Both Nexus turrets are dead. That's going to be GG. Western Wolves will take 3rd place in this weekend's Here to